Welcome to the Thundercloud Sage. I guess we'll get right to it since it's a bit of a later start than normal. Gonna do my job though, so I gotta stick around till everyone's off their calls. But let's actually start with a little bit of football. And with football, oh shit, there's probably some other shit I'm supposed to cover. I'll get to that actually shortly. But Jerry Alexander, formerly of the Packers, then he went to the Ravens for a brief stint. I don't think he suited up for more than one game. Then went to the Eagles, was inactive. Isn't retiring, but is stepping away from football. Um, Stepping away so he can get himself mentally and physically better, I guess, is the scenario that he kind of portrayed. So he has only played like less than half the games since like 2022, 2023, something like that. So I don't really have much hope in him, if I'm being honest. But thought it was notable because he was one of the top corners in the game really not that long ago. But looks like he potentially could be retired here. He's only 28 years old, man. So kind of crazy when you think about it. We've got a game tomorrow. New York Jets on the road against the Patriots. I think the New York Jets have been playing better football lately. I really don't expect them to win the game, but you honestly never know. You get some of these upsets, and I look for New England to win the game and the Jets to cover the 13-point spread. That's my prediction. Are they going to cover it? I have no fucking idea, but New England to win, Jets to cover 13 is what I'm saying right now. Let's get to baseball. I really don't have much else to say about anything football. It's not a very good Thursday night game, if you ask me. It really wasn't slated to be a good game prior to the season either. Yesterday, we had two baseball awards that were handed out. Pat Murphy of the Milwaukee Brewers won Manager of the Year for the National League. Definitely deserved it, in my opinion. They won 97 games. I don't think anyone coming into the season thought that they would do that. Terry Francona and Rob Thompson finished second and third respectively. Sorry. This guy earned it, I guess, for the second year in a row. So they've been doing pretty damn good, actually. I just didn't think they'd be that type of a team this year. Now, the one that I kind of disagree with a little bit is Stephen Vogt winning in the American League. He did beat John Schneider, so he had 17 first place votes. Stephen Vogt is the Cleveland Guardians manager, just in case you didn't know. That's where he is. And John Schneider got 10 votes. Dan Wilson and Alex Cora received votes to finish third and fourth. I kind of feel like this is a bit of a screw job for John Schneider, if you ask me. The reason being, if we take a look at what the Jays did in 2024, they had to go pretty good rebuild. I remember them making a good handful of trades or more at the deadline or around the deadline last year. They finished last in their division with 74 wins, whereas Cleveland finished with a 92-69 record. They went in the playoffs. I think they lost to the New York Yankees, so I'm not necessarily understanding why, a team that goes from 74 wins to 94, 20 win improvement, doesn't win. They were projected for around 78 by gamblers prior to the 2025 season. The Guardians regressed in terms of their win total, going from 92 to 88. So I don't see an improvement. I get that they had extremely thin odds to make the playoffs. At one point it was, 1 to 5%, somewhere in that range. But I really do feel like John Schneider was kind of screwed over. You see an improvement like that, obviously you should be tipping your hat a little bit to the manager. The other guy declines, yet they're giving him a Manager of the Year. I don't know. Sage, you tell me, do you think that Do you think that John Schneider probably deserved this award? I kind of really feel like we do. We look at it because the Jays had a plus 77 run differential this year. The Cleveland Guardians had a negative 6 differential. We already said the win totals, 94 and 88. If we go to 2024, Blue Jays had a negative 72 run differential, whereas Cleveland had a plus 87 differential for runs, and of course had 4 more wins. I don't agree with it. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. The Jays kind of got screwed in a multitude of ways. Ernie Clement, best DRS in baseball, didn't win the utility Gold Glove. And Alejandro Kirk had the best defense in baseball, or at least the American League, for catchers. He had the best DRS, the best frame rate, the best blocks. He also had the best defensive WAR on Fangraphs. So I think the Blue Jays got screwed out of three total awards, if you ask me. But again, that's what happens when you're not, a New York Yankee and that sort of thing. We did have our Cy Young winners awarded tonight as well. I have no grievance here with any of the winners. In the American League, you had Tarik Skubal winning his second straight Cy Young, so he won last year, obviously, if it's his second fucking straight. He posted a great season. A 2.21 ERA, 241 strikeouts, and 195 innings pitched. His whip was under .9, so definitely worthy of the award. Garrett Crochet finished second for Boston. Pretty close. He had 2.59 ERA, 255 strikeouts, and 205 innings, and a 1.028 whip. So really close, but I do think it's, Tarik Skubal is the rightful winner there. And Hunter Brown finished in third, 2.43 ERA, 206 strikeouts, and 185 innings. So all three had great years. I do think Tarik Skubal was the best of the three. In the National League, we had Paul Skenes winning, his first Cy Young Award at the age of 23. 1.97 ERA, 216 strikeouts, and 187 2/3 innings, and a whip that was 0.95. Finishing in second was Christopher Sanchez, 2.5 ERA, 212 strikeouts, and 202 innings. And of course, Yoshinobu Yamamoto finished third, 2.49 ERA, 201 strikeouts, and 173 2/3 innings. Whip under 1 as well, but Paul Skenes being under 2 for his ERA, definitely the rightful winner there, and definitely a stud. So maybe Pittsburgh should start trying to put something together in terms of picking some players up and spending some fucking money so they can actually keep this guy so he doesn't end up on the fucking Yankees or the Dodgers here in a couple years. We did not get a chance to go over the most beloved league in the world, not named the Pete Rose Bowl, that being OJ's Juicery. So we're going to go over the results, the standings, see what needs to be done, and I might make my moves and set my roster tonight so I don't forget to tomorrow. So let me just switch over to Google Chrome, and let's click the league here. Last week's scores, just trying to find that here real quick. I think we already did the scores. Yeah, we already went over the scores, so there's no need to regurgitate that. I'm in a tough matchup, but before we get into the matchups, let's take a look at the standings. I believe we already have a clinched division or a clinched playoff for Patchwork Pigskins, who's won 8 in a row. I'll be looking to, put a stop to that this week. 8-2 record. Deflate these balls in second place with a 7-3 record. Tommy Callahan's auto. Fuck! Tommy Callahan's Auto Parts 6-4 in third place. Then it gets interesting after that. You've got Hard Count and Net 5-5, Butt Fumble Safety 5-5, TDs in your face 4 and 6, loser of 4 straight, and fourth quarter Steven 4 and 6 in 7th place. So there is a way for me to get to the playoffs, and not necessarily a must win for me. Tim Tebow Bible Club definitely eliminated, loser of 8 in a row with a 1 and 9 record. So let's see what the matchups are, see what the projections are, and then I'm setting my fucking roster as we're live on air here. I'm projected to lose 298 to 241.5. We'll see about that. Tommy Callahan up against Butt Fumble Safety, projected to win 308 to 287. So we got a good little close projected matchup there. Deflate These Balls up against TDs in Your Face, projected to win 292.5 to 264.6. Hard Counter Net projected to win 271.4 to 254 against Tim Tebow Bible Club. So in order for me to make the playoffs, I'm going to have to win, 2 out of 3 weeks, and I've got the top team this week, the second best team next week, and the fourth best team the week after, and then I think the playoffs start in week 14 there. So I believe our team needs to win, at least two of these weeks here. Just got to take a look. So it looks like Josh Downs is in a bye. So let's just move this here so that A.J. Brown's one of the receivers. We'll put T. Higgins in for Josh Downs. Rashee Rice needs to come in. Let's bring Rashee Rice in for, let's say, Christian Watson. Running, my tight end is on a bye, so I do need to pick up a tight end. Interesting. It would be really nice to have Robert Kraft right about now, or not Robert, Tucker Kraft. Let me go ahead. I'm going to make a couple moves here, so let me just see what's out there for tight end. Cade Otton looks like he's been all right this lately anyway. Alright, so I'm just going to add Cade Otton. Might add 2 tight ends. I am going to drop Devin White, who was a huge disappointment. I thought he was garbage. He's getting dropped. So let's just plug in Cade Otton for right now. In the tight end slot. Let's just go to this season. I might really shuffle the deck here tonight. Let me see. Can I improve my kicker? You know, this guy was shit when I had him, but I'm adding him. So we're going to drop Jake Bates, and we're going to pick up Jason Myers for now. Move the kicker slot here. Let's take a look at what else can I do with this dwindly fucking team. Looks like J.K. Dobbins was not practicing Wednesday, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I do have R.J. Harvey if needed. I'm actually going to punch in R.J. Harvey. Okay. Linebacker, I'm going to definitely bring in Quay Walker. I don't care if he's fucking questionable. He's fucking playing. Jerome Payne got suspended for punching a player, Amon St. Brown, in the face, so I'm going to have to find a fucking defensive tackle because this guy's a fucking idiot. Although I do respect the pugnacity, you know, it's been a rough season for us. He understands what's at stake. Just definitely a bit of frustration there. Got to take a little bit of a chance here. I'm not sure he's going to play, but I am going to add Jeffrey Simmons, and I am going to drop Jerron Payne, who was suspended. And I'll keep an eye on that. Oh, I guess waiver claims are a thing now. Great. I thought you got rid of that, Sage. I thought you fucking got rid of that. Son of a fucking bitch, man. Alright, what else do we have on the docket here? Let me see if I can add a cornerback. Are any of these fucking guys consistent? Probably not. He's semi. Yeah, you know what? I'll add Jamal Dean. And I'll get rid of Keyshawn Nixon. Okay, what about safety? What do we have to do here? I'm not really sure. Okay, let me, I'm actually going to scope something out here. So 373. Huh. Well, I think I might. That's a tough matchup there for Sam Darnold. I will tell you that. But you know what? I might want to roll the dice a little bit here, and let's just drop. Let's drop Mercado. No real. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm going to sit on some of these other moves. I can't be giving all my fantasy tips away. Let's see if that boosted us up a little bit. That put us up to 281.6. So that does not include a nose tackle. I feel like this week's going to go pretty well. I've got a good feeling there will be an upset. I've got a good feeling about this. Anyways, let's get the fuck out of here. We'll do it again tomorrow. We do have the MVPs being announced. We'll see if the American League goes to Cal Raleigh or Aaron Judge. They'll probably just give it to Aaron Judge, even though I think Cal Raleigh's probably the more valuable player to the team. But again, what the fuck do I know? All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll be back at her tomorrow.